Um, or I believe you can hear me now. I believe my audio is now connected. Um, I was just saying, happy Friday. Welcome to another MyES webinar. This is 10 to 13. And first, I will start by introducing myself. My name is David. I am from South London in England. So let me know if you've been to London because I love talking about London. I could talk about it all day, to be honest. I live in Milan now, and I've lived here for about a year and a half. Unfortunately, my level of Italian is very low, almost non-existent. But hey, it's all right. We don't need it. We're here for English anyway, so it's cool. And I work at the My English School in Viale Montenero in the south center of Milan. Yeah. So say hi in the chat, guys. Say hi in the chat and let us know where you are from. Unfortunately, today I have really bad allergies, and so maybe I will be sniffing a lot. Like, it's not nice. I'm sorry, but we can try. I did take medicine this morning, so fingers crossed it will be okay. But cool, we've got a couple of people watching already. Awesome. So hi, Alessandra from MyES in Naples. Cool. Welcome from Naples. I love Naples. It's a really beautiful city. Amazing pizza as well. And Eleanor from Como. Awesome. I love Como. Really beautiful lake. Loads of beautiful towns there as well. Wonderful. And Laura from Rome. Awesome. Awesome. So happy to have you guys here. So really good to see you guys and welcome. Eleanor, you've asked allergies. Yes, I have allergies to the pollen in the air. I get really bad hay fever. And so my nose is running and I sneeze a lot. Not good. It's not good. But hopefully I can mute my microphone if I need to do anything disgusting. But hopefully I don't need to. But yeah. That's my allergies. In England, we call the allergies to pollen, we call it hay fever. I'll just type that out for you guys. Hay fever. Because if ever you go to a pharmacy in the UK, it's better to say you have hay fever rather than allergies. Yeah. Cool. And Andrea is joining us from Bologna. Wonderful. Wonderful. So I'm glad to have so many people on today. Everyone's really ready for this Friday lunchtime webinar. So let's get started. Today, we are doing play ball. Play ball. So today is all about, today is all about idioms. Idioms. I can hide that. Perfect. In this focus activity, idioms, informal business language, and guessing meaning. So the main thing with idioms, guys, is that you do have to guess quite often what they mean if you don't have much context to use, because it's all metaphorical, nothing is literal, and very little is logical. But hey, it's fun, right, when that happens? That's why I chose this this activity, because it can be really good fun. But my first question to you guys is, do you know any English idioms? I'll type that question in for you. Do you know any English idioms? Share with us any idioms that you know before we get started with today's activity, just to get us thinking, first of all. Okay, cool. Sorry for my radio silence just then. I just need to blow my nose. A bit disgusting. Good luck and have fun. I don't know. Alessandro, these are, you're correct in understanding these, like GLHF, good luck and have fun. IDK is I don't know. But actually, these are initialisms. These are initialisms because these use the initial letter from each word. I don't know, IDK. So these aren't idioms. Idioms are phrases that are metaphorical and have perhaps two meanings, one literal and one metaphorical. I know this idiom in English. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Andrea, again, I like the language. Good phrase to know. It's not so much an idiom, more of a expression that we would say for, well, you can tell us, what does it mean? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Why does someone say that when we're in the UK? Sorry, guys, very British. I have a cup of tea, even though it's very warm outside. But yeah, so careful, Alessandro. They're not idioms, they're initialisms. And Andrea, can you explain to us, it's 5 o'clock somewhere? What does it mean? What does it mean? Cool. So it's 5 o'clock somewhere. This means this is kind of an excuse. This is a reason people use to start drinking alcohol. If you feel like maybe, exactly, Alessandro, yes. Andrea, yes, it's time to have a drink. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's aperitivo time somewhere in the world, so it's okay to have a drink. It's kind of a justification for having a drink. Perfect, perfect. Clara, wonderful. That is a great idiom. A dime a dozen, very, very cheap. It means that one thing can have one dime can buy you 12 objects. So a dime for a dozen. It's very, very cheap. Spill the beans. Awesome, Clara. To reveal a secret. Yeah, another great idiom. Awesome, awesome. Kiara has just asked, so hi Kiara, welcome and thanks for joining us. An acronym is the same as an initialism. They're very similar, very similar. But the example above, initialism, means we say the letters that the words start with. Sorry, I'm speaking slowly because I'm typing at the moment. But initialism, we say the letters that the words start with, such as IDK, I don't know, or LOL is laugh out loud. These are initialisms. An acronym, where's the acronym? We create a word from these letters. So it still uses the letters from the beginning of the words in the phrase, but we create a new word with them, such as ASAP, meaning as soon as possible. Possible. Yeah, an acronym. We create a new word, ASAP. We're not saying ASAP. It's a new word, ASAP, for as soon as possible. I used the example in here, the initialism, LOL. Sometimes that's an acronym. Sometimes people say LOL. and they mean laugh out loud, LOL. Yeah, perfect. So very good question. Acronyms and initialisms, very, very similar. Acronym creates a new word. Initialism is the initial letters. Wonderful. Wonderful. We've got Sevia from Livorno. So welcome, welcome. Andrea, awesome one. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak, because we've got plural there. Actions speak louder than words. Definitely, and I completely agree with that one. Oh, good, you've corrected yourself. Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome, some great idioms to start off with, guys. So let's get started with today's idioms, today's language, because today we're focusing much more on sport-based idioms. So here, just to get us thinking about sports, what's your favorite sport if you play a sport? Write in the chat over on this side or below, depending on what device you are on. But yeah, what's your favorite sport if you play a sport? Let us know. And how long have you played? When I was young, I did a few sports. Now, not so much. I exercise in the gym, or at the moment, now we're in quarantine, I do yoga, but sports, games, not so much. When I was young, I played tennis. I did some basketball. I was terrible at football. I would never play football because it was very embarrassing how bad I was at football. Cool. So, guys, I'm going to put a thing at the bottom. This is a setting that some other teachers have created in this line at the bottom saying, answer the questions, share your opinions. I will keep that at the bottom just so you guys know. Keep talking, keep talking. Sevia, my favorite sport is dance because I like the feeling my body and my mind have while dancing with loud music. That's awesome. That's awesome. I really like that. You kind of get lost in the world of dancing. Alessandro, my favorite sport is swimming. I swim since I was 5. Cool, really nice. But attention there to your grammar. I swim since. If we talk about an action in the past, continuing to now, so it's a very long activity since you were 5. We need a continuous form starting in the past. Clara, I like swimming. When I was younger, I used to play tennis. Very good. Awesome. Awesome. Alessandra, another sport I like a lot is cycling, but I ride my bike only in the summer. Yeah, it's difficult to ride your bike any other time of year because maybe it's too cold or the road can be dangerous if there's ice or rain. But attention to this one, Alessandra, I just need to correct that. You would want to use the present perfect continuous there. Quite a high level grammar point, but perfect for this 10 to 13 focus. I have been swimming since I was 5, is what you would like to say there. I have been swimming since I was 5. Perfect. Perfect. Cool. So quite a sporty group that we've got today. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Now here, in English, there are many expressions and colloquialisms related to sport. They're often used in work and business. Can you identify any examples in the text from a business meeting below? So today we're mostly talking about idioms and with a sport context, but bear in mind, remember that you can use these mostly at work, not so much day-to-day conversation with friends. It's kind of business talk-ish. That's very bad English to say business talk-ish. It's business talk. And usually we relate sport to business in this way because business or work, like sport, can be very competitive. So in using the language from sport in a business situation, you're kind of getting that same atmosphere, that same energy, but making it more fun perhaps because it's from a sport context. But hey, let's get going. We need to find idioms in this text below. I want you guys to tell me what idioms you can see in here. I will read it for you, and then let me know any idioms that you see in the text. Clara, you've said to carry the ball, to take responsibility. Yeah, exactly. To carry the ball means to take responsibility. Perfect. Right. Let's kick off with the first item on the agenda, the Torino deal. We've pitched the team a good offer, but I don't think we're going to play ball. I don't think they're going to play ball. In order to get the ball rolling, I think we're going to have to up our game. Otherwise, they'll throw in the towel and the entire deal won't be possible. Wow. It's full of idioms in there. So get typing away, guys. There should be lots for you to talk about. Clara, that's a really good one. It's not included in the text, but a really good one: to carry the ball, take responsibility. Beautiful, Clara. Yes, kickoff is to start. Exactly the same as my English school. When you first started at my English school, you had a kickoff, maybe in English, maybe in Italian. Exactly, you've had a kickoff. So let me know. Sevia, Alessandro, Chiara, Andrea. Let me know, what phrases can you see in here? Idioms, idiomatic phrasal verbs, because kickoff is a phrasal verb as well as idiom. Okay, so the next one in here would be, I don't know if your messages are coming through. I can't see any messages. I don't want to waste too much time waiting for this delay in the chat. So the next one is pitched. We've pitched the team a good offer. We've pitched the team a good offer. Next one, play ball. Exactly like the name of this focus. I don't think they're going to play ball. Awesome. The next one is, in order to get the ball rolling. I would put that all together, to get the ball rolling, because we wouldn't use another verb before it. To get the ball rolling. Next one, I think we're going to have to up our game. Up our game. Wonderful. Otherwise, they'll throw in the towel and the entire deal won't be possible. Perfect. So already we're right at the beginning of our activity here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 idioms. Wonderful. Now all your messages are coming through. I can see them better. To play ball, to pitch to the team, to present. Perfect, Clara. I like that you put the definition there. To kick off is to start, and get the ball rolling. Wonderful. Wonderful. Really good work, guys. So you found most of them, but look, attention to throw in the towel and up our game as well. Don't forget those two. Yeah. But perfect. Really good work. So I already asked this question before. Do you know any other common sports idioms in your own language? Do you think they are English versions? Oh, actually, I didn't ask this. I asked if you knew any English idioms, but are there any idioms in Italian that you can share, translated into English, of course? And do they make sense in English? Or is there an English version? So yeah, if there's any that you know, I'll give you some time to think about that. Any idioms in Italian that you can translate into English for us? Maybe there's an English version that I could tell you about. I can't believe how long my hair is. This is crazy. Usually it's very, very short. This quarantine, I need to get a haircut. Terrible. Cool. So Clara, you said gettare la spugna. It's similar to throw the towel. Careful, throw in the towel. To throw in the towel. Awesome. Cool. Cool. So what does that mean, to throw in the towel? Let's move on to the next slide so that we can do this activity of matching the definitions to our idioms. Matching the definitions to our idioms. Let me make that bigger so you can see it properly. It's very, very slow at the moment. Cool. So we need to match the idioms to the correct definitions. We have to up our game, to play ball, to throw in the towel, to kick off, and to pitch. These are the same idioms we saw last time. And then to make a proposal, to start, to improve performance, to agree to do something, and to surrender or admit defeat. Let me know, guys. Start writing in the chat. Okay, cool. Alessandro, 1 is 3, so to up our game. Perfect. To improve performance, because the performance is your game, and to up something, obviously, is a very simple way to improve something. Perfect. To play ball. What's that you've said, Clara? Fare? I'm very sorry, Clara, but my Italian is terrible. So if you write something like this, it takes me time to understand it. Fare un gol in zona Cersarini. I don't know what that means. To do a goal. I don't know. Clara, can you translate that for me? Chiara, you said 2 is 4, to play ball. To agree to do something. Perfect. To agree to do something. Cool. Number 3, thank you, Alessandro. To throw in the towel. You have said to surrender and admit defeat. Awesome. To make a goal in the last minute. Oh, is that like the same as improved performance, to up your game, Clara? Is that what you're saying? Because the Italian version is to score a goal. In English, we would say to score a goal. Kick off quite an easy one. Perfect. Thank you, Alessandro. 5 is to kick off, to start. And then final one is to pitch, to make a proposal. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, but get the ball rolling. To get the ball rolling, isn't there? What does that mean then? If it's not here, what does it mean to get the ball rolling? It's very similar to another one in there. To get the ball rolling. Another tissue. I'm very sorry, guys. Cool. So sorry if I didn't make that clear before, but to get the ball rolling, what does that mean? What does that mean to get the ball rolling? Oh, I'm really hungry at the moment. It's lunchtime and I haven't eaten yet. Can't wait till lunch. What does it mean to get the ball rolling? So to get the ball, to do something. Oh, Chiara, you've said, sorry, Clara, you said to do something suddenly. Alessandro, to pass, play, like Barca. No, to make things happen. Wonderful, Eleanor. Wonderful, to make things happen. Yeah, to start a process. So kind of like kick off, but it's more of talking about an extended process, maybe a more continuous action and making things happen, starting a project. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks, Eleanor. Let's go here then. So now we need to match the idioms to the different sports they refer to. So sometimes they can be quite specific, which sports they come from. Here we've got football or baseball. I think they're talking there about American football. Boxing, baseball alone, general sport, or football. That could be British or American football. Soccer, if you prefer, if you're American, but I'm British, so I say football. But perfect. Oh, I'll make that bigger so you can read it properly. Wonderful. And I'll give you maybe 30 seconds just to start passing through some. Okay, so let's go through this one together then. So to up our game, which sport does that come from? It comes from general sports. Yeah, because your game can be your performance in any situation. As we said, this can quite often be used in perfect, Alessandro, your answer has just come through. Most of this language can be used in business. So it's talking about general performance. Yeah, your game is how you do an activity, your level of success. To play ball. To play ball. This is one that I personally don't use very often. So that might give you a clue as to the nationality, at least. Cool. Perfect, Chiara. Perfect, Alessandro. Yes, to play ball is football or baseball. Football or baseball. And I think they're talking about American football. It's quite an American phrase. In British English, to play ball, meaning to do something, it's more like to do something, to play ball is to follow the rules, in my mind. That's what I hear when someone says they play ball, it means they follow the rules when they do something. That's what I understand it to be. Slightly different to the definition we had before. And so the kind of British version, we look at it the opposite way. If someone breaks the rules, or if something is done improperly, if something's not done right, we say that's just not cricket. A very English sport, of course, cricket. That's just not cricket. When someone breaks the rules. So to play ball is to follow the rules. And that's just not cricket when someone breaks the rules or when something's strange. Yeah. Perfect. Yes, guys, you were right on your next answer. To throw in the towel, of course, is boxing. When you finish a boxing match, you throw the towel into the ring. So wonderful. Next one, to kick off. I always explain this one when I have new students for an English kickoff at school. I always explain to them, what is a kickoff? Why are we here? And we talk about it being the start of English. We do a kickoff in the start of a meeting. And perfect, Clara, yes, it's from football. It's when you start a match. And so then very difficult, the last one, to pitch, comes from baseball. Wonderful, wonderful. Really good work, guys. And then here, cricket versus baseball. So cricket is a very English sport. Baseball is a very American sport. And there are some similarities. They have a ball, they're on a big field. You throw the ball, you have a bat that you hit it with. But they are actually very different sports. So we've got some language here. They're either specific to baseball or to cricket. And I want you guys to decide, do you know much about these sports? So we've got to hit a home run, to touch base, to throw a curveball, to hit someone for 6, and to be bowled over. So to hit a home run, to touch base, to throw a curveball, to hit someone for 6, and to be bowled over. Cool. Sorry, guys, I had to go get another packet of tissues, which is why I was gone so long. Andrea, you said another sport idiom in Italian is to put someone in the corner. It comes from boxing, and it means forced someone to do or say something that he or she doesn't want to do or say spontaneously. Yeah, we have a similar one in the same thing in English. Yeah, like I was put into a corner. I just had to fight my way out. So you're forced to do or say something that you wouldn't otherwise say. Perfect. Thank you, Andrea. Really good. So here you've said touch base is baseball. Cool. Alessandra, home run is cricket. Oh, actually, a home run is for baseball. To touch base is baseball. Perfect, Andrea. To throw a curveball. To throw a curveball. Next one, to throw a curveball, or then to hit someone for 6, and then to be bowled over. Okay, so the next one is baseball, to throw a curveball. You can do that also in cricket. I thought this would say both cricket and baseball. And so, of course, to make this more balanced, to hit someone for 6 means to be is for cricket, and to be bowled over is also for cricket. Cool. So, what do these phrases mean, and when would they be used? What do they mean, and when would they be used? So let's go through these one by one, because these are more idioms. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize there's so much language in here today. But yeah, so what do they mean? To hit a home run, whether metaphorical or literal, if you know about cricket or if you know about baseball. So what do they mean, and when would they be used? So if I go through the literal meanings, perhaps you could then give me an idea on what you think the idiom may be. So to hit a home run in baseball is when you hit the ball, you bat, you hit the ball, and you manage to run all 4 bases and back home. The aim in baseball is to go base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4. If you manage to get all 4 bases at once, it's a home run. So a massive success, and you get many more points for your team. I guess that's how it works. I don't know baseball. I don't know the point system, but I know a home run is when you go right the way round and you return home. To touch base is when in baseball you reach one of the bases. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. When you reach a base, you touch base. Touch base. And then you are safe. To throw a curveball is obviously when you throw a ball, but you curve it. And so when it flies through the air, it's got a curve, and it comes from a less expected angle than a direct ball. To hit someone for 6, this in cricket, oh, I'm not a huge cricket person. So I think this means when you throw the ball in cricket, and in cricket you have the 3 stumps behind the batter, and on top is the little stick, and you hit that, and you hit them for 6, and then the batter is in a terrible position. It's a really terrible position to be in. And then to be bowled over To be bowled over is when you throw the ball. In American, you pitch. In Britain, you bowl, and it goes over the permitted height. It goes over the permitted height. So, Clara, you said metaphorical. It was a piece of cake. Not so much. Sorry, mute for my. No, a home run isn't the same as a piece of cake, because a piece of cake means something's very easy. That is a idiom itself, to say something is a piece of cake. That means something is very easy. But a home run is when you're very successful. And so it's to win at something. Yeah. To have a very big success at something. Yeah. For example, if you go to a job interview, the job interview goes really well, you answer all of the questions, they call you immediately and offer you the job, you hit a home run, you got your target and you did what you needed. Cool. To touch base, to touch base. So this is in baseball when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, you touch base to make sure you are safe. And it means just to make contact with your base, with your home, with your center contact point. Yeah, so if you are a young teenager and you go out with your friends, your parents will say, touch base, don't forget to touch base, which means call home and make sure there is still contact. Yeah, we know that everything is okay. And this can happen also with work. You have a group project, and maybe you send one person out to do something, you send a couple of people out to do another job. You remind them, touch base, make contact, tell us everything is okay. To throw a curveball, this is more well-known than other ones, I believe. I've seen it other times in other focuses and activities with MyES. But to throw a curveball is to give someone an unexpected situation. Maybe this is an unexpected question in a job interview. So normally in a job interview, they ask you about your experience, where you're from, what you studied, why you want to work with the company. But maybe they throw a curveball question and ask something crazy like, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? That's a curveball, to put someone in an unexpected situation. To hit someone for 6, so this is a cricket one, and this means you've given someone very, very bad news. They're very badly affected, and so they were hit for 6. Oops, didn't mean to skip. They were hit for 6. Yeah, or you hit them for 6, you gave them very bad news. And then to be bowled over is kind of similar to hit for 6, but hit for 6 is only negative. To be bowled over can be also positive. Something was just so amazing, you just fell over. You couldn't stand on your feet anymore, and it was just a crazy situation. Yeah. Maybe someone got you a birthday present that you really wanted and you weren't expecting it. You were bowled over with excitement. Awesome. So for the last 2 minutes, let's move on to. We've got a little quiz for the last couple of minutes. That's nice. A nice relaxed way to finish here. So You have a meeting with your manager at work. We need to respond as quickly as possible using any of the phrases that we heard before. Any of the phrases. So to kick off, to get the ball rolling, to be hit for 6, to hit a home run, that sort of thing. Exactly, Clara. Yes, to be amazed is to be bowled over. Could be negative, could be positive. But perfect. To be amazed. So, do you think your colleagues are going to agree to the proposal? Do you think the colleagues are going to agree to the proposal? We need to respond to this question with one of the phrases that we heard before. So we could use home run, to be bowled over, to throw a curveball, and any from before that, to kick off, to get the ball rolling, to throw in the towel. Let me know what you think. Cool. So just wait one more minute for you guys to get an answer in. Alessandro, you said my? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But here we could say, if your manager says, do you think your colleagues are going to agree to the proposal? You could say, yes, I think it will be a home run. Or, yeah, I think they will be bowled over by the proposal. Or, yes, I do think they're going to agree, so we need to get the ball rolling. Or, no, I don't think they're going to agree. I think it's time to throw in the towel. I think it's time to throw in the towel. But awesome, guys. It's now 10 to 2, so I need to go. It's been our 50 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us, Alessandro, Clara, Andrea, Elena, everyone. If I didn't say your name, Chiara, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for your participation. It makes a huge difference. But it's time to throw in the towel for today. So thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Stay safe, stay inside, all that jazz. Bye-bye.